How you doing? And welcome to another edition of Tips for Dummies. This time I'm going to be changing a motor on a vacuum cleaner. There is a lot of vacuum cleaners out there, but basically, and most of them, they're pretty much the same thing. On this one, the motor got burned, and so I had previous already ordered the new motor, in which I'm going to install right now. All right. This is a Sanitaire heavy-duty commercial vacuum cleaner, and so we're gonna start by taking the cover off. And what you do is it uses a T torque wrench, but I don't have it. But since this channel is to improvise, we're gonna improvise tools. So I'm gonna be using an L wrench. And the size that it fit on this one, let me see, a 9/54. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take this bolt out of this knob. This knob is to determine the height of the vacuum cleaner. It has some legs on the bottom, and you just take that off. All right, remove it, put it aside where you don't get it, you don't get lost. Now here on the bottom, I already previously took it out, but it has 3 springs. Let me show you. It's these springs. You're gonna see them right here on this knob right here. It has this spring holding it. Down here, another spring. All right. And another one on the back. It's somewhere around here. Well, you'll see the springs. Remove them, and the top cover will come off. At the same time, let's remove these. We're gonna remove this by clicking these 2 legs out. We're gonna put them aside. We're gonna remove the belt. All you have to do is just do it like this. It'll be easier if you can take the roller out. You don't have to, but it just makes it lighter. I'm gonna be removing this bottom cover also, because it came with a new gasket, and I'm gonna change it. All right, so let's get started in here. All right. So now that I took the springs out, choose a place where you can put the vacuum cleaner up high, so that way you don't have to bend over. So I found this little box, and it's not very comfortable, but anyway. So now you remove the cover, it's out. All right, so here you got the cables, white, black, and yellow, and that's the sequence you gonna get. So if you have this type of wire nuts, just turn it. If not, you're gonna have to cut the cables. Cut it with the pair of dikes, and you cut the cables like this. But if you have wire nuts, just unplug it. And on this case, it's easy to remember because their color, all you have to do is match the colors when you put it back on. Now you're gonna have a bolt in here. Again, it's torque, star type of torque. I don't have it, but I'm gonna use an L wrench, and this time it takes a 7/64. So I'm gonna remove this. All right, and I'm gonna put it aside. This is the black cable. The cable's coming out from the switch back there. That switch. You don't have to touch the switch. Put it aside. Next time, I'm gonna remove the bolt for the ground. Remove the ground. Alright, so we got all the cables disconnected. now we can start unscrewing the motor itself. I'm gonna turn on the light in here. Okay, so now we can remove the bolts. It's 4 bolts in the motor, holding the motor. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that takes that no, it takes the 7/64th Allen wrench. Don't put a lot of force. If one of them is extremely tight, then you're gonna have to look for the right proper tool. I don't have it, like I mentioned it before. I'm not a mechanic, and this is just in home to do things, so I have to improvise sometimes tools to make it easier. Let's remove this other bolt. The 3 on the back. And the last one. 4. All right. Great. Now I have everything disconnected. Wires, cables, everything. Put this plate aside. Try not to mess with this little plate in here because it's kind of rough to put it back on. This is the other one that it uses the spring. I think I took the spring. I don't think we have to take that spring out, but I did it by mistake. So it was my mistake by telling you that you have to take the one on the back. Don't take the one on the back. All right. So now we can remove the motor. Yeah, that's it. All right, this is the motor. This is the burn motor. So now we're gonna go ahead and install the new motor. It came. See, this is the new motor. It came with a new gasket, so we're gonna have to figure out how to put the gasket in here. On the meantime, I wanna clean this up really good. It's really dirty. And but before I do that, I'm gonna take this plate off too, because I'm gonna put a gasket. I ordered a gasket for it, and I want to put it on. So I'm gonna show you how to remove that. That's real easy. Try to put all the bolts that it goes together with everything, so that way you don't make a mistake. Like this is 4, this is gonna be 2, is the one on the bottom, and then these two small bolts. So I'm gonna turn this thing like this. Right. So now I can remove this plate. I had already taken this one bolt out. I'm taking the one on the bottom. This one right here. This one, it takes a Phillips screwdriver. No problem whatsoever. Take it up. Like I mentioned to you, I had already taken the other one out. Now we can take that plate off. All right, and all you have to do is push it out, get these things out of the way, and push this thing out. Yeah, just like this. Easy. All right, that's it. Now I'm gonna clean this thing really good. You should do that too, and I'll come back with the video. All right, so let's go ahead and do that, and we'll come back. All right, guys, so I'm gonna try to put the gasket in here. I don't know if the camera captured it. This is really tricky, man, because it's you kind of have to put it on there, and at the same time holding it from the other side, because otherwise it snaps. This is really tricky, but it can be done. You know, take your time. See, it snaps from the other side. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it here, so I don't have extra hands. Not by myself. I'm gonna put a piece of tape in here and tape in here. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I'm back. I'm gonna put a piece of tape in here, so that way it doesn't come off. I'm gonna put a piece of tape in here. All right, so that way it stays in place. and I'm just gonna cut a little bit more pieces in case I need just more. But I'm gonna start bringing these all the way around. Okay, so I already have it up to here. Here. Okay, and so the piece of tape did the work. All right, the gasket is all the way around. Let me turn on the light to see if you guys can see it more clearly. But I got the gasket all the way around. It's kind of twisted over here. I might be able to untwist it just a little bit. It doesn't really matter if it's twisted or not. All right, so this is it, guys, and now it's ready to be installed. Now that I have the gasket all the way around, I'm gonna make sure the wires out there not on the way. All right, and I'm gonna put it back in place. I'm gonna try to squeeze the back part first. Place. There you go, just like this. Make sure it sits good all the way around. And when you feel it's in position, well, all we have to do is start putting the bolts. All right. So I just want to see the gap. Yeah. All right, and that's the way it is. The gasket is on the way where it's supposed to be, and we're ready to put the bolts. So it's three. So I'm gonna start tying it. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the spring that I took on the back, which I told you I don't think it was needed. It goes right in there. You see that slot? See there? It goes there and it goes to the bottom. Let's see if it can be seen from the bottom. All right, so I had to get a Allen wrench to get it, and I'm gonna try to see if, all right, you see how it is. We have to push it. Yeah, there you go. That's it. So that's where it is. All right, it goes through that hole here, and on top, this is just for the unlock feet actuator. That's what it is. It just keeps it in place. When I took it out, you didn't really have to. All right, so next thing, we're gonna bring the cover, and we're gonna connect the grounds. Okay. I don't know if the camera is gonna be able to Get this out. I'm gonna get it right in here. Okay, just 1 second. Right in here. And that screws in with a screwdriver. I'll be right back. Alright, so we are installing the ground bolt in here. On the left side of the motor. I'm gonna have to strip these wires black and yellow because black wires is stripped. Yep, that's what's gonna happen. Sorry about that. Camera fell off. We're back in business. Okay. So we're gonna bring this cable holder to this side, and we're gonna screw with this small screw that they give us in here. It came with a new motor. Alright, so we're going to put this in the top on the other side of the motor. Yeah, I forgot that was with the Allen wrench. If you don't have those stars, the torque wrench. So we got that out. It's just to hold the black and yellow wire. So all we have to do is wire the stuff. All we have to do is wire the stuff, and it goes color coded like I told you. So we're gonna get the black. Technically you don't have to twist it because the twist will be done with the wire nut. It's black and black, yellow and yellow. Yellow. And white and white. And white and white. Okay, so it's not catching on because the wires are too thin. I'm gonna make just a little bend over here to make it thicker, and put the to make it a little more thicker, so that way you can catch the screw. Alright, so once everything is tight, put it. Give it a use this little cardboard that it goes in here.
Alright, so now we're in the process of putting the cover back on. And this is going to be a little bit tricky because it's just the cover that goes on top. Because okay, so I'm going to tell you why this is a little bit tricky. You see those notches over there? Notch. Oh, I almost forgot something very important. There is some things that it goes inside. Let me show you. There is these two vents that it goes right here on the side. All right. So one part is thinner than the other one. The thin part goes towards the back, and this goes on that side. One on each side. All right. And this one goes on this side. Okay. So now that we have the vents on the side, it's time to put the springs. Now this is the way the springs goes. There is a little notch on each side, and they have to be there like this, and they have to go through that hole, and then through the bottom you gotta pull it, and that's what it keeps the whole metal plate in place. I know it's off camera right now, but I'll show you. Well, I might be able to put it down from down there. Let me see. Alright, so with my hand I was able to put this thing, it goes in here, goes like that. With my hand I was able to put the spring in there. I don't know if this is gonna be allow me to do it. I don't think so. I'm gonna try to find a way to put the camera so that way you can see it. Anyway, well, with my hand I was able to put this in there, get it into the hook and put it back in here. I can't do it. I only have two hands and one camera, so I'm gonna have to do it off camera, but more or less it goes in there into that slot notch, and then right here. All right, so I got this with these pliers. I'm gonna try to hook it up to there. Got it, and then all the way to the plastic, and it's set. This one, it goes on plastic too. All right, so each spring it's where it's supposed to be. All right, right there and there. So that's pretty much set. So we're gonna get to the top part. So this part, we're gonna move the head to move the wheel this way, so that way we can put the knob. So with one hand on the bottom, you push that thing like that, and then you stick this over here, off camera. So I got it in there. All right. I'm gonna put the screw there. It's getting dark in here. All right, so we got the knob back on. You can see how the wheel moves up and down. That's to determine the height of the vacuum cleaner that you want to do. So next thing, we're gonna put the cover back on. Remember I told you I ordered a gasket, so I'm gonna put the gasket on it.
Alright guys, so I got the gasket all the way around. You can see the gasket. I had to order one so that way we can have a gasket and make a good seal. And we push this inside there first, like that, and then we try to bring it down. We have to move these little clips out of the way. They always seems to be on the way. Okay, so once you are able to move those clips out of the way, this thing falls in place like this. All we have to do is put the bolts on there. Alright, make sure the fan moves freely. Okay, so we're gonna put the screws. They're Phillips, no problem whatsoever. Tying this thing up. All right, now we have to tighten this bolt. All right, so this has to be really tight. Alright, so once you get this tight, it's time to put the roller belt. If I can find it. Alright, hold on one second. Alright, so this is the roller. Alright, you can see that at the end there's like a little, like an arrow. That arrow has to go down on the slots right here. By that, you have to put the belt inside first, otherwise you're not going to be able to put it. Just leave it hanging there. And now you're going to notice that the slot for the belt is more towards one side to the other one. Well, that it has to be facing this slot. It has to be facing this notch right here that you see on the plate. All right. So if you put it like that, right, it's not good because it's not matching. So you put it this way and now it matches. Now remember about the arrow. You put the arrow down in here and so does on the same thing on the other side. The arrow needs to go down, so does the inside. You know, it goes down, just push it in pretty quick. Now the belt, that's another important thing. It has this side of the belt. If you put it like that, it's wrong. So this side of the belt, it has to be facing this notch on the plate. And that's how it goes. You push it hard, put it in, and it's ready to go, man. This thing is ready to go. Brand new motor. And all right, so now we're gonna put the cover back on, and you gotta fit it on those notches right there too. They gotta fit in there, and then you push it back down like this. This is the correct way to put it. Lock it. Now we're gonna add another piece to this one that it didn't have. This thing broke because the maids, they vacuum some screws and metal. When you vacuum metal, it just breaks. It's normal. So we're gonna add a piece of magnet on this machine. All right. So we're gonna put the magnet, and I already purchased the magnet. It looks something like this. All right. Comes with screws. This is the new magnet. We take the, it comes with the glue on one side, so that way you don't struggle. Okay, and you put it right in front, as close as possible to the floor. All right. Then we use 2 screws to screw it in, and we're on it. Okay, let me put it on. All right, so after the I put this with the glue, I just put the 2 screws on each side, and this magnet will pick every metal that it's in front of the vacuum. So now we have to test it. We're gonna test the so we're gonna test it, and that's it. All right, working like a champ. Brand new vacuum cleaner. Everything works, no noises, and now we have a magnet in front that is gonna pick up all the metal in case there's one.